Hey guys, what's going on? Just wanted to make a quick video regarding the fight from last weekend, UFC Rio Rancho. The main event was Diego Sanchez versus Michael Pereira. Probably the weirdest fight we will ever see in 2020. One of the weirdest. It was just weird from top to bottom, man. I mean, the commentary was weird. The fight itself was weird. The entrances were weird. When they were announcing their names, it was weird. It was fun to watch, but it was pretty weird. You know, we're talking about three weirdos, basically. You know, when we're talking about Diego Sanchez, who's always been eccentric. Now he has this corner man. His name is Joshua Fabi. I found out. He's also type of a guru type, spiritual body type coach. Not really a fighting coach, but he deals with the physical and mental aspect of things. From what his website says, he doesn't only help fighters, he helps all types of athletes and stuff like that, according to him. So he's a little eccentric himself, not the regular corner man MMA type, and commentators have it against him, man. I'm telling you, it was crazy because Diego's doing a lot of crazy stuff in that ring. You know, he's not moving conventionally. He's not moving conventionally the way he usually does. You know, boxing movement. His movement's different this time. It was weird. He was extending his arm when he came in, and his name was being announced. His lips were flapping. He was foaming at the mouth, kind of drooling type of thing, and he wasn't being very effective with that new style that he's implemented. He was being effective in the sense that he was doing good, staying away from harm. I could tell that. He was staying away from harm. He wasn't. He's making sure that he's not taking a lot of punishment nowadays, and makes sense. He's older now. He's being smarter, and I think that by acting weird, he's always done eccentric stuff like that. Then we have Michael Pereira, who he was winning that fight. One of the weirdest entrances ever too, where he decides to do a dancing number, like Adesanya did when he fought Whitaker. Very similar. He wanted to do something like that, I'm guessing. The difference is that this wasn't a championship fight, and people were waiting for him. It was the main event. People were impatient. They wanted to see Diego come out because he came out before Diego. It was Diego's hometown, so people are booing him, and he disregards it. He keeps dancing. His corner guys start dancing with him. It was just crazy town, man. It was crazy town. Then when the fight's going on, I could say pretty much Michael Pereira, he was dominating. He toned it down a little bit, his flashiness, the acrobatics, a little bit. I mean, he was doing crazy stuff. At one point he tried to do the Showtime Pettis kick. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that term. It's a kick where they jump from they use the fence as impulse to throw a kick, and they call it that because Pettis, he did it a long time ago against Henderson, Ben Henderson. back in the day, and it just stuck. They call it the Showtime kick or something like that. So he tried to do that. He did a lot of stuff, but he was being effective. He was winning that fight until the end. At the end, he fucks up and he throws an illegal knee. Diego Sanchez is down. He throws the illegal knee, and the fight. The fight is stopped, and it's crazy. I mean, the doctor starts asking Diego Sanchez how he feels. Does he want to go on? It's Twilight Zone stuff, because if there's an illegal blow, I mean, I suppose that the ref just had to stop the fight and disqualify Michael Pereira. Instead, he keeps asking Diego and him have this conversation. Diego Sanchez is bleeding on the head, but it's not really bad. It's not really, he's not really knocked out. He just, at one point he says he can't see, and all in the meantime, DC, Daniel Cormier, who's commentating, and his partner, I forget his name, I'm sorry about that, they're going on and on about, Diego's cornerman, what Diego's doing, that it looks weird. And, you got to remember that commentators influence a lot of what fans at home see on TV, because if the commentators say this guy's doing weird, stupid shit, the fans stick with that, and they follow that. And some fans, I tend to, I listen to commentating, but I tend to also look at what see what I'm seeing, because sometimes commentators get it wrong and they see things that are not really there, or they see things that we don't see. It goes back and forth, but they influence a lot. So they're talking about Diego doing crazy shit, and Diego doing crazy stuff, and he doesn't look the same, and they're just putting Diego down at this point. They're putting Diego's cornerman down, and it was the craziest main event I ever seen. Unfortunately, it ends in a stoppage. Diego Sanchez Pereira is disqualified, so Diego wins via disqualification, and he takes home the more money, and he made a good choice, because hey, he's at the tail end of his career, and he has to make the most money. So he commentated that he did the veteran move, and I don't look down on him for that. I think that as a dad that he is, a provider, he has to make the right choices and take the most money, man. Not let his money get away, or stay with a company, or be split with his opponent and stuff. And Michael Pereira has nobody to blame but himself, I'm thinking, So it was crazy, crazy town fight, I would call it. As for his cornerman, that's a story in itself. A lot of people criticizing this guy, Luke Thomas, who has a thing on YouTube, had him on, and he talked and he defended himself. He defended himself pretty good, this Joshua guy. He talked about his, unconventional methods, and what he's doing for Diego, and he genuinely it looks like he really cares and is looking out for Diego, in the sense that he doesn't want Diego to take any more harm, any more damage. And I think that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing, and we shouldn't look down on that, Anyways, that's my view, that's my reaction on that fight. Weirdest fight ever. It was fun to watch, to be honest. A lot of drama, a lot of stuff, but hopefully let's see what goes on after that, with Diego Sanchez. It'll be interesting to see. Thanks for listening to me, guys, and peace.